from All Creatures Farm and Rescue, and today's a little bit different. So the video you're about to watch won't be one of our typical ones where there's a lot of joking around and shenanigans on the farm, because there is, with the wildlife and even with the farm animals, there is death on the farm, and we're going to talk about the death of Brumby. Pretty sad. It's been about 2 months since it's happened. We've chosen not to do a kind of a wrap-up video on him yet, just because kind of soon. Some of the wildlife you get through a little easier, farm animals, but there's something about having a dog in the house that you form a pretty good bond with, that the death makes it a lot tougher. So he was in town with us at the time. There was an auto accident, and it was a weekend. Lori and some of the kids were out of town. Sawyer was with me, and Finn was with me, and when this happened, and Sawyer went right up to him, Brumby, and put a towel around him and tried to, see if it was we could do. And like a lot of animals, dogs are pretty. They have a very high pain tolerance, so he was just had his head up and acting like everything was normal, which is pretty crazy. But we knew that he was hurt pretty badly, so made some phone calls. Veterinarians were all closed. We live in a very small town area. There's a couple of emergency clinics, but neither one of them were answering, which is very common. And the one, trying to think what else, there was another one down in Arkansas that also wouldn't answer. It was a Sunday afternoon, so I don't know. So we had the idea to call up Hawken's father-in-law. My son Hawken, his wife is recently married to, and Dr. Groot is her father's name. He's a veterinarian, a local veterinarian, about an hour away. And he answered and just said, yeah, bring him on up to, he met us at his clinic and opened it up for us and assessed Brumby, and just was like, slight chance he could make it through several surgeries, months and months of rehab. He said, but reality is it's just he's pretty banged up, and I'd be merciful and put him down. So it wasn't good, but circle of life, so to speak. It seems like there's always something coming around, and it's sad, but just like with people, we all do have an appointed day, and it is, life is short. But when it's something you're not expecting and it's a younger animal, it's hard. So anyway, this video is dedicated to Brumby and Nazareth and the kids have put a lot of work into it, and hopefully you'll enjoy it. So.
He's already asleep. Yeah, he's pretty good.
Exactly what Reeve did.
All snuggled up. He's pretty cute. You like him, Droopy? This is Brumby meeting the goats.
Got an itch.
Brumby, go see the goats. What do you think? The goat doesn't know what to do.
Get him. Get him, Brumby, get him.
The goats are afraid of Brumby. They'll attack Naira, but yet they're afraid of Brumby. This is kind
the story of Brumby's life. People put up with him. Dogs put up with him, goats put up with him, but they don't really like him. He's just so jumpy and happy, and Naira's going, I'm the grandma, leave me alone. Naira, do you like him? Are you practicing your patience? Good girl. You're a sweet girl. Put up with him. Yes, you are. He's kind of full of energy. Let's wear him out and do some chores. You can't nurse anymore, Brumby. Sorry. Those days are over. Hey, my faithful helper, Mr. Bouncy Brumby. Hey, they're bigger than you. You need to relax. Learn some goat respect.
Yeah, and
Because they're bigger and they have horns and they have big hard heads.
but they're still very, very scared of him.
Yeah, but not for long, I don't think.
My favorite memory of Brumby was probably when we first picked him up, and the whole way home he just slept on Droopy's lap and was super quiet, didn't whine or bark, and he's really good. What's
cute.
yours, Ren?
Mine was when we would go to the trail and he would pull Angus on his skateboard and he'd lay down, and Brumby loved it. It was so funny. He wouldn't, every time we went to the trail, he would always want to pull you no matter what you were on. That was my favorite.
Okay, don't do it too far.
Ready? Get it.
A little jump. You get a little jump.
All right,
And then we have the little bit later risers. Brumby and Droopy. Good names. Oh, hello, Brumby. How'd you do last night? Huh? How do you do, Angus?
he did good. He just peed in his kennel.
Ah,
So,
that's hard in the beginning.
yeah.
You'll get it figured out. What do you think of the pigs, Brumby? Oh, what do you think? Every animal out here is a lot bigger than you. You're gonna have to humble yourself a little, Brumby. A lot of work makes for a thirsty puppy. Huh, Brumby? So this is out the front door of the house, the door we hardly ever use. Unless we have an assistance dog. This is where we bring them out to go pee and poop and get their water. Kind of makes it nice in the middle of the night to not have to go far. Although we don't have to do the middle of the night much. But still, late at night or cold weather, it's nice to just go out the front door. You ready to go in? Oh, scratch your collar. He's not quite used to wearing this collar. Okay, let's go. Got that figured out. I'm coming. I'm coming. You want to go in the house where it's warm, huh? You're the spoiled rotten puppy. Nobody else gets to go in the house. Brumby keeps trying to play with Moose. Here we go again. Moose will put up with it for a minute. A very short minute.
Is he too fast for you, Brumby? Come here.
Yeah, and then Brumby can't
Come
keep
here.
up.
Come here.
He is the jumpiest dog. I call him Brumby jumps. There, that's a Brumby jump. He gets all four legs off the ground and he does this little leap.
Take his play.
I know, it's his play jump. Do your Brumby jump.
Good
Yep,
boy.
yep,
Good
yep.
boy.
Thankfully, he doesn't do a whole lot in the house unless you're actually trying to play with him.
Where you going? Where you going?
It's good to see him out running around and being crazy. patiently while I do all my returns. It's the life of a service dog in training, just chilling. He likes the floors though because they're cold. Yep, that's what he does. Every time you're in a store, makes it easy. Are you bored? Brumby, are you bored? Does that feel good? Done. One store to go. This is actually good because it wears him out. Even though it's not much activity, gives him something to do and wears him out. Oh, we're going to speed up a little bit. Here's where he has to sit.
Yep. He barely fits.
Lay down, I know. So Brumby's weakness is wanting to smell and usually taste everything he comes across. So that's hard in a grocery store. And this is where he needs a lot of training. Walmart's the hardest one for him. Keep going, Angus, I'm following you. He's got his nose down constantly, so yep, that's a grape. Keep going, buddy. Come on. We gotta keep his nose off the ground is the hardest part. See? Easily distracted by the smells and tastes.
My favorite memory from Brumby was probably when we'd take him down to the lake and he would just run in the creek. It was really cute, except we'd have to give him a bath after.
He'd be so muddy when they got back.
It was fun though. We loved it.
Yeah, we had him. It's funny, you could tell the difference whenever Sammy would bring Wexford in. Whenever Brumby went down, it wasn't that bad. You couldn't tell a lot of difference. But whenever we went down with Wexford would come back like a completely different shade.
Super brown.
And that was probably one of my favorite things. Is whenever we filmed it a lot, I did. Whenever a Wexford would come, we'd always separate the two, and then Sammy would let Wexford off of his leash, and they'd both run towards each other. It was
The
hilarious.
reunion. It was really cute.
So funny. That's probably one of my favorite things.
This is the typical Brumby mode. Yes. Constant messes, because he does destroy his toys, but that's okay. He's got to have something to stay occupied. You're a goofball. Yes, you're a goofball, but you're happy. You're a good boy. Up, stay. This is where he has to stay. Can't have free room. What'd you say, Aaron?
Have to fix his ear.
Fix your ear. Shake your ear. Fix it. Nope. It's gotta stay. Gotta stay. There you go. Good boy. Brumby thinks they're quite interesting. What is that, Brumby? What is it? You can let him get a little closer. He probably just wants to snip it. What is that, Brumby?
I want to get closer.
Is it a squirrel? Whoa, what is that? Ooh, you wanna lick it? Oh.
Don't lick me.
I'll take that milk. This is the love-hate relationship. Brumby and Moose. Brumby wants to play so bad. Moose just gets grouchy at him. How can he resist? Brumby trying to play with the pigs. This is quite entertaining. They do not want to mess with him. They spilled his water, dug in his mud. Brumby, you want to play with the pigs? Whoa, almost got me. Oh, Nellie tried to get it. Nellie wants to play. Get it, Brumby. All right, I think you're done. So here's Brumby on a big town day. Ren's starting some pretty intense allergy shots today in Springfield. So Brumby came with us to Springfield, about an hour drive. And now he's hanging out for a couple hours at the allergy doctor. And he's thrilled to be places like this because the floor is ice cold. And he loves it. We are ice cold. We're freezing.
Very cold in here.
But he's pretty chill. Just hangs out, gets in the way, spreads out and sleeps. Here's the life of the assistant dog in training. He doesn't mind a bit. He hasn't even budged other than to curl up into a tight little ball because it's cold. This is a tempting situation. Brumby, leave it. Brumby, hey, leave it. Oh, sad eyes. He really, really, really wants a toy. You're really cute. This is a good tempting situation. Nope, leave it. Oh, man, that's tough. Okay, trail run on Heelys. This gets pretty crazy. So far he's done this with every dog. They pull him on a skateboard, they pull him on a scooter, or he pulls them, who knows. But this is Heelys. I haven't seen this one happen. I hope he doesn't wreck. Oh my. That was a cool stop. Good job, Drew. Good job, Brumby. Where did Mom go? Oh, I can see it. Wait till he sees it. Call him. Oh. What is that, Brumby? Brumby! What is that? He's gonna attack you for it. It's your dragon! Yahoo! Oh, ready to tear him up. Is that so good? It's so big. You got a new dragon. Do you want a dragon? Get him. Oh, great. How is it? Is it so good?
Do you love it?
Show me your dragon. Oh, it's cute.
Hey, can you sit? Are you so cute? Sit. Give. I'll give it back. Sit.
Oh no, she took your dragon away.
You're so excited.
Oh my goodness.
Oh,
he's
that's
so
down.
obedient.
Can you sit?
Nope.
You can lay down. Are you ready?
Ready? Ready? Oh my goodness.
Okay. Leave it. This is gonna take a lot
Here
of
we go.
self-control.
Here we go.
Leave it. Leave it. You know it. Leave it. I know he's cute, but you gotta leave it. Good boy, leave it. Down.
Oh, leave it.
Leave it. Okay.
Yeah,
boy.
Brumby. Good boy.
Good boy.
This is cute. That's cute. Well, we found a new spot to film.
Yep,
We're up in Droopy's bed.
one of them.
Well, yeah. There used to be 9 boys in this room, so there are 4 bunks, but one of them is this big kind of bunk. Well, as the boys have left, now it's down to Droopy and Nash. So how many beds do you consider yours?
I have 6.
6 beds. We call
Yep.
it Droopy's Hotel. He keeps them really nicely made, super clean, washes the sheets, puts mints on the pillows so that when we do have guests, there's always a nice bed.
Yep.
You do a good job. Keep it up. Well, we're up in Droopy's, one of his many beds.
This is the second.
What?
This is the second bed.
This is the second bed. Okay. We're up in the second bed. Because it's cozy, it's Droopy's spot, and also this is where I knew he would have this guy.
Yep.
Does he have a name?
I named him Brumby.
Pretty neat. So we'll back up a little bit here. 2 months ago, we were driving home from Arkansas from a music event, And that's when Aaron called us with that horrible call to say that there'd been an accident with Brumby. And man, it's horrible to get those calls. Obviously, even worse when it's a person. But it was rough. And Angus was with me. It was rough to tell him what was going on. And the hardest part is we weren't there. They were in the midst of it, trying to find a vet, trying to care for him. And you're just torn inside when you can't be there. And I know you guys all know that feeling, whether it's a person or an animal. You just want to be there. You want to give comfort. You want to help solve the problem. And obviously you want to save them. But that was just a really rough day. You agree? Yeah. It was hard. We have a sign in our kitchen that says there's always, always, always what?
Something to be thankful for.
Yep. And one of the things I was so thankful for that day was Dr. Groot, Emily, our daughter-in-law, her dad, being able to just say, hey, it's a Sunday afternoon, that's okay, come on up to Springfield and bring the dog and I'll meet you at the hospital. And it was extra comforting having him care for Brumby, number one, because he's just a kind, sweet man. But I also trust him as a vet. And my dad, obviously, we would have, first thing would have called my dad years ago, but Dad's also gone now. So just that, to be able to trust Dr. Groot, and when he said to Aaron, hey, really the only right option here is to put him to sleep, then, I don't know, it was just easy to trust because we know Dr. Groot. I didn't second guess, oh, what if he was wrong? What if there were other options? It was, I don't know, I think that was just God's mercy there, having him, obviously a huge God's mercy, and a vet that would take him that day. I don't know what we would have done if we hadn't found him. But it just helped us to accept what had happened. What's any perspective or your lessons learned or anything you went through that day you want to share?
Mine would probably be that Miss Annette, which is like one of the organizations. I don't know how you say it.
So KSDS.
Yeah.
KSDS is the organization that we got Brumby through. And Miss Annette is the name of the woman that's kind of the head of the puppies. So she's the one we work through for puppies.
I'm thankful that when Dad called her and he told her, she was just like, accidents happen. She said it's happened before. And she said there'll be a lot more to come. But I was very thankful because she was very forgiving. And I was thinking she was going to say we can't do any more. But she said whenever I'm ready, just to tell her, and we can do more.
And that meant so much to Angus. That was his biggest fear. He was obviously heartbroken because he lost Brumby. But then his heartbreak got worse when he thought he'll never get to do another dog. So when she told us that, I mean, she didn't even hesitate. It was like instant forgiveness, instant, hey, whenever he's ready, he can do another puppy. She said this was not the first accident they've ever had, and it will not be the last. And she's right. But Angus mentioned a word that hit me, and I struggled with this for probably the first month. You mentioned forgiveness. And I struggled to the battle between forgiveness and bitterness. It was an accident, but you know how it is with accidents. Typically, you still can place blame. And I knew that I needed to forgive, and I did forgive, but in my heart, I was still so upset. I don't know, I just struggled. And so after Annette immediately forgave us, because she could have, they put so much money into these dogs. She could have easily been upset. She could have said, you owe us this much money. She didn't say a word. And after watching how quick she was to forgive us, it kind of smacked me in the face. And thought, who am I to hold a grudge or to hold bitterness? And then also when I look at the big picture, who am I to not forgive when God has forgiven me? And I sin every day, all the time. And it's not an accident. A lot of our sins we choose, right? So I thought, I daily choose to sin. And every single day, God forgives me. So I knew I couldn't hold on to bitterness. So that was tough, but I did forgive. And what I learned was that every day got easier and easier in terms of getting through the pain and getting through the heartbreak. just time, I think, is so necessary and stuff like that. And this little guy, this Brumby guy, this is sweet. Immediately when, I don't know, a couple days after the accident happened, we were still really grieving, and things were rough around here. It was just, there was a huge silence because Brumby wasn't there on his rug. Angus kind of probably woke up and didn't know what to do with yourself.
Sure.
Nobody to feed, nobody to care for. So I reached out to our YouTube grandma, Grandma Carol. We call her Gigi Carol.
Yep.
And I said, hey, I can't talk about this yet. It's too soon. We won't even be doing a video because it's hard to even talk about for a long time. But I said, I want you to know that Angus is struggling, and if you can please pray for him. So she did, and she's been praying for him, but she also immediately sent him this sweet little black dog.
Yep.
So we appreciate all you guys. We appreciate your prayers. We appreciate your understanding. We go through a lot here, and it's real life. Like we said in the beginning, we're not going to shield you from the real life parts and make it just look all pretty, because it's not. There's good and there's bad, right?
Yep.
So I hope you enjoy this sweet video about Brumby. What's your favorite, or you're going to talk about it later maybe, but I want to share my favorite thing about Brumby. 2 things. Do you remember the Brumby jump?
Yeah, I do remember that.
I don't know if you guys remember, but ever since we got Brumby, he would literally jump straight up in the air from all 4 feet all at the same time. Just do this like pop, just hopping. We call it the Brumby jump.
Especially when he was little. He did it a lot when he was
Yes,
little.
straight up in the air. The Brumby jump. And the other thing, the other great memory I have, I'll never forget, is you and Brumby at the trail. You doing your heelys, flying down these slanted roads, just going fast. And here's Brumby running right alongside.
And he only kept up for a little bit, then he got really tired.
Oh yeah, you wore him out. But that's a sweet memory, being down there at that beautiful trail and you two running together. Wheeling together, I say.
Yeah.
You were wheeling, he was running.
He wished he was, probably.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the video.